You sweating a little bit. It's okay. It's all right. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot, baby. Whose idea was it to put on a yellow hazmat suit? You hear that? It's plastic. That ain't breathable, bro. I'm up in this broiling, baking, basting like a stuffed turkey. It's all good though. I still look good. Crispy and everything. Well done and everything. It's all good. We back, baby.
We are back, baby. We are back.
It's your boy, Wolfe of Wall Street, back again with a brand new episode of my personal inventory from me to you. There is a very good reason why you see me wearing a hot and sticky yellow hazmat suit. I promise you, there's a good, valid reason for it. Stick with it. In the meantime, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you watch the entire video. You can lock right here. Watch Wolfe of Wall Street. Yeah.
If the shoe fit, where that motherfucker in? Where that motherfucker in? Where that motherfucker? If the shoe fit, where that motherfucker in? Where that motherfucker in? Where that motherfucker for your worth? Woo.
Yes, it's Halloween, and technically this is my costume, but this isn't just any costume, baby. Believe me on that. You take all these fucking shit. Now, I'm a little biased when I say this, but this right here pays homage to one of the greatest, most epic, most historic TV series of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm referring to none other than Breaking Bad. What does this have to do with sneakers? Again, valid question. Step into my office. So a few years ago, Breaking Bad and the good folks at AMC decided to collaborate with K-Swiss, believe it or not. Yeah, I said it. K-Swiss. Now, the series debut of Breaking Bad was January 20th, 2000. The K-Swiss Breaking Bad collaboration collection did not drop until February 20th, 2020, when AMC Studios was transitioning from the end of Breaking Bad as a series into its offshoots that were Better Call Saul and the El Camino movie. So the K-Swiss collab was a natural way to keep Breaking Bad at the forefront of people's minds, particularly in the minds of fans like myself who love the show but are obviously into other things like sneakers. This collection came in 3 different variations of the classic 2000. If you're familiar with K-Swiss, then the classic 2000 is like its Air Force One. The Breaking Bad collection basically takes 3 different variations of the classic 2000 to honor different components of the show, which I thought was brilliant. You take one model and you do it 3 different ways. And those 3 different ways tell 3 different product stories. Brilliant. Other brands should take note. Those 3 variations of the classic 2000 were the cooking colorway, the cleaning colorway, and the recreational vehicle colorway. Now, if you're a fan of Heisenberg and the homies, much like myself, you already had a good idea of how each design, how each combination of color and materials were nods to different components of the show. But if you're not a fan, that's okay. Just stick with me and I'll walk you through it.
About time.
The cooking colorway pays homage to the suits that Walter White and Jesse Pinkman wear when they cook meth. I don't expect anyone here to understand the very elaborate process that goes into cooking methamphetamine. But the directors of Breaking Bad wanted us to be knowledgeable about the process. And allegedly, you need some protection. It's a very hazardous process with a lot of dangerous chemicals involved that you don't want to inhale or get on your skin, in which case a suit is very helpful. So you got ripstop, leather underneath, and a zip closure for the sheath with a gray and pink heel buckle on the back, which I believe is meant to embody the breathing apparatus of the suit, and the Breaking Bad logos right here on the back lateral side of the shoe, which I thought was a great touch. And then, yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't show you that. Like, it definitely says Heisenberg underneath the shoe. I enjoy wearing this with a variety of different hues and colors, or just have it pop if I'm wearing neutral tones, but it's a vibe, bro. This was probably my favorite out of the pack, and probably why I'm showing it to you first, and probably why I got the yellow suit. Like, yellow is one of my favorite colors, but so is orange. And this is the cleaning colorway. So you got cooking and you got cleaning. The cleaning suits really came into play when Gus Fring came into play. And Walter and Jesse went from small potatoes and kind of a mom and pop shop, small operation, to a major lab when they were under the supervision of Gustavo Fring and Los Pollos Hermanos. This shoe symbolizes the cleaning process after you finish cooking. Same model, classic 2000, but different color and materials. Tell a different part of the story, a different component of the show. Now, of course, there's similarities to the cooking colorway, like the bottom of the shoe that calls out the Heisenberg, and obviously the Breaking Bad periodic table logo on the lateral back side. But as you can visually see, just off first glance, there's a distinct difference in the upper. The shroud looks and feels different. That's because it's this orange rubberized material as opposed to the yellow ripstop. Underneath the rubberized shroud is a black suede upper. So you got rubber and suede versus leather and ripstop. Again, rubber and suede versus leather and ripstop. Different color and materials, same model, different look and feel. Both have white midsoles and icy bottoms, but feel like a different shoe, right?
You're goddamn right.
I love the storytelling between these two colorways, again, because it's the same shoe. Literally the only difference is color and materials. Last but certainly not least, we got the recreational vehicle colorway. This colorway actually released a year before the entire collection did. It initially dropped in October of 2019, October 17th of 2019. It's not an entire year because the collection dropped in February of 2020, but they gauged public opinion with this pair. And this pair is significant because it's a nod to the first lab that Walt and Jesse had together, which was the RV. There was a point during the show where it got shot up, like they ran into some trouble, some people were after them, and the RV got shot up in the conflict. And the box, the shoe box, actually has bullet holes, which is just like attention to detail, man. It's like why I love this collab so much. They really thought it through and made you feel like you were back in the show. Literally, you can revisit scenes from the show within the shoe. All three of these are the same model, but they don't look like it. They all look and feel different. This is why this is one of my favorite collabs ever, because it's the same model, three different ways, and they're all dope. And they all tell an authentic story about the show. And I can vouch for that because I actually watched the show. K-Swiss has had some other dope collabs, like the Stadium Goods collab that dropped last year. That Stadium Goods collab was dope. The SI-18 International is another really dope model. And if we comparing models, like just GR models, the SI-18 from K-Swiss is a really good flagship model. It's unique to the brand, and it has the ability from a design perspective to really be played with on the color and material tip. The Lil Jupiter collabs that were dropped, I think those were some other models too that you don't always see. It was the CR something. The Lil Jupiter CR 𝚬𝚎𝚕𝚎 Yeah, the 𝚂𝚐𝚕𝚎𝚘 and the CR329, I think it was. Instagram influencers or social media influencers don't always get those opportunities. And I think for Lil Jupiter, once he did get that call, that collaboration breathed new life into the K-Swiss brand from a new generation. If I could throw a third in there for a top 3, the 𝚂𝚘𝚘𝚕𝚎 SI-18 International. Again, that SI-18 model, dope, but 𝚂𝚘𝚘𝚕𝚎 did his thing with that jump. Those are 3 other collabs from K-Swiss that I think they did right, but still, I don't think anything's touching this Breaking Bad collab. To me, this is, I'm not gonna say as good as it gets because I always believe in potential, especially because nobody's worked with me yet, but you don't see that every day. So I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. I don't care if you don't like K-Swiss. I don't care if you've never worn K-Swiss before. I have. Wanna see what they look like on feet? Step into my other office. Oh man, that was fun. I had fun. Did you have fun? If you like what you saw in this episode, please like, comment, share, and or subscribe. I appreciate them all, and I appreciate if you just did one. Also, please navigate to the link in my description and join the 𝚁𝚎𝚕𝚎𝚑 Wolfpack. We can kick this long distance relationship to the curb and stay in touch more intimately. I'll have offers and giveaways and other fun shit for us to do together. Join the 𝚁𝚎𝚕𝚎 Wolfpack and you will definitely be hearing from me soon and on a pretty regular basis. But until the next episode, peace, family. I'm out.
Where that motherfucker in? Where that motherfucker in? Where that motherfucker know your worth?